welcome to Lavanya's computer classes. In this video I will explain Python programming. In the Python programming starting introduction, what is a data type, what is a variable, how to print the values, everything I will explain in this video. So first we'll go for in the Python programming, what is a data type? What is a data type means type of the data. Data means any information, any value. For example, we take 2. 2 is a value. So this is the value. Which type of this value? Which type of data value it is? Data only. So what is data type means 2 is a data. What type of data? This one. It is explained by the data type. So it represents different kinds of values like 2 is a value, 2.2 is another value. So and A is a value. It is all of the values. Values is nothing but data. So which type of values are stored, that is called as data type. It represents the different kinds of values that we stored on the variable. So what type of values are stored in the variable, that is called as data type. So here one thing is that what is a variable? What is a variable means definition. It is a name of the memory location. It is a name of the memory location where we can store different types of values. Already we saw different types of values. 2 is one type of value, 2.2 is one type of value, A is another value like our name, our city name. Hyderabad is one different types of values. Where these values are stored, because in computer science everything have to store in some place. So where the values are stored, that name of that memory location. For storing values we need memory. So where that memory location, that is called as variable. So for example I want to store 2. 2 is a value. Value is called as data. So where we are stored means for this storing we need some memory location. We need some memory location. In this location we can store the value 2. Okay. And 2.2 is also stored in somewhere. So that is also some memory location we need. In that memory location we store 2.2. Okay. But here how can you identify where the 2 is located and where the 2.2 is located? So for this identification we need some name for this memory location. That is called as an identifier. How can you identify where the 2 is stored? Otherwise, how can you identify where the 2.2 is stored? So for identification where these values are stored, for this we need, for those are the locations. For identifying the location we have to give some name to these locations, that is called as a variable. For example, this memory location is called as A. Where the 2.2 is stored, 2.2 is stored in some place, that place called as X. For example, room numbers. Room number 101. What is that 101? 101 is the name of the room, number of the room. In that room we can store something, some play items, or students are sit in the room number 101. So the 101 is called as a variable. So here also A is a variable. Variable means it is a location of the memory. In this memory location we are storing some values. So A is a variable, in that we store the value 2. And X is a memory location. X, that means it's the name of the memory location X. In that location we are storing 2.2. Okay. So which type of names you have to give in? Any name, any variable name. That means you have to keep some rules. You have to follow some rules. Those are the rules for Python variables. What type of names you have to give? For example, what is our name? What is our city name? Our city name is Hyderabad, Tirupati, Kurnool, Vizag, whatever it is. For example, your city name is like a door. Are you accept door is a city name? No, because door is the name for some particular item. Door means have some meaning is there. So door is not at all a name of the city. We know it. Similarly, for giving any name for this memory location, we have to follow some rules. What are the rules means? First rule is every variable must start with a letter. Letter means alphabet or underscore letter. Underscore. Underscore means it is available in the computer like shift and hyphen. Any name A. A is a acceptable variable name. X is an acceptable variable because name start with a X character. For example, underscore a, it is also a acceptable variable name. For example, I want to give some name like marks in first subject. M is a marks and first subject means 1. M1. M1 is also a acceptable variable. If we keep 1M, second one, it cannot start with a number. Any variable name is not at all start with a number. M1 is an acceptable variable, but 1M is not at all acceptable variable name because it start with a number. So first one is, and third one also, it can contain only alphanumeric characters and only one special symbol, that is called as underscore. That means any variable name, for example city. City is a variable name. That means in the city we can store any city value. City is equals to Hyderabad, city equal to Vizag, city equal to Kakinada, whatever it is. Okay. So city is the name of the variable. In this, how many characters are there? 4 characters are there. That means all are start with a letter, no problem. It cannot start with a number. For example, we write one city. City is a valid variable name. One city is not a variable name because it starts with a number. It cannot start with a number. City 1. Tell me now, city 1 is a valid variable or not? Yes, it is a valid variable because it can contain numbers, alphabets and underscores also. But only thing is first letter is not a number. And variable names are case sensitive. Case sensitive means in this Python, lower alphabets are different. Lower case have some meaning and uppercase letters also some meaning. See here, A's. What is over A's? What is over A's means if you write A's, A, Z, E, all are small letters. That is also acceptable. This is also acceptable. This is also acceptable. But all the three are three different meanings. First one is variable name with all small letters. This is first letter is capital letter, remaining all are small letters. And third one is all are capital letters. All are acceptable with all different meanings are there. Okay. For example, you write A is equals to 10. A is equal to 10, we define like this. A is equals to 10. Is it possible to acceptable? Yes, it is acceptable. What is 10? 10 is a value. What is an age? Age is called as a variable. Variable means it is a memory location. That means in this you allocated some space. In this which value is stored? 10 is stored. Where it is stored means the name of the memory location is called as age. For example, I want to print that age. For printing, we need some print function. You write like this, print age. Print age means what is our age value? Age value is 10, it printed. For example, if we print, if write like this, because age only. So what we are thinking, age contains what is the value? 10, but it not define any value because small case letters AZE and this one is different. That's why Python language is called as a case sensitive language. Is it clear? And also Python is also called as explicit language, dynamically typed language. Python is called as dynamically typed language. So what is the meaning of dynamically? Dynamically means in some other languages like C, C++, Java, whatever it is, before accepting the value, for example, A is equals to 10, I said. Before giving any value to the variable, we have to specify. We have to specify the type of the variable also. A is which belongs to which type of data. That means you have to specify the data type before accepting the value. Before giving the value, we have to specify the data type also. But in Python, not necessary to specify before accepting the value. Directly give the value like this also. That means before in C language, you have to write like this. Int age is equals to 10. What is int? Int means integer. That means age is a variable. In this variable, you are accepting value 10. But 10 is a numerical value with integer. You have to specify this one also. But in the Python, not necessary to specify the data type. That's why Python is called as dynamically typed language at the runtime. At the runtime, whenever executing the Python program, at that time depends upon the value, which value we are given in this variable. According to that, it notes, it takes type of the data. For example, I will give you age is equals to 22.2. That means 22 years 2 months. So which type of the data this one? This is a numerical value with floating value, floating data type. Floating data type means decimal value. So whenever you are accepting giving the value in the place age, then automatically treated as age is a float data type. Float data type means decimal values. So automatically depends upon the values, which values are entered. According to that, it automatically takes type of the variable also. That's why it is called as dynamically typed language. So in this video, I'll just give the introduction about what is data type, what is a variable, what are the rules you have to follow the Python variable. For example, check it once here, x. X is a variable, valid variable or not? Yes, it is a valid variable because it starts with a alphabet. X1 is a variable, valid variable or not? Yes, it is also a valid variable because it contains alphabets and also numbers, and it not at all start with a number, so it is also accepted. For example, student name, S dot name, is it a variable, acceptable variable? Means no, it is not at all acceptable variable name. Why? Means it start with S, yes, no problem, but here it contains one dot. No, any variable name contains only alphanumerics and underscore only, no other special symbols. Here dot is a special symbol, so it is not at all accepted. For example, this one, yes name, is it a valid variable? Means it is also not a valid variable. Why? Means because it does not contain any special symbols, it contains only alphabets only. Then also why it is not accepted? Means it contains space. Spaces is also not allowed in the variable name. 1m. 1m is an acceptable variable? No, it is also not a invalid variable name. Invalid. Why? Means it starts with a number. For example, is it a valid variable? S underscore name? Yes, it is a valid variable because underscore is a special symbol for giving names to the variables. Only underscores are acceptable, not any other special symbols. Student name, first student, 1s underscore name, is it a valid variable? Means no, it is not a valid variable name because start with a number. So like according to this, and again we have to take the small letters and capital letters also have different meanings. So follow these rules and have to give some names to the proper variable names. Okay, thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Next time onwards, I will go for all Python programming videos. Thank you.